you guys. How's everyone doing? I hope you're all doing well, okay? I was just watching my last video and it was so darn silly. It was for me, it's like it's hard to watch sometimes. Do you guys ever feel that way? Listening to yourself talk or whatever, it's like, ew. But so anyway, I'm going to try to tone it down a bit in this one. Okay, now I have a handful of announcements for my loyal, regular viewers. You know, my regular viewers, you know, those that have like plenty of fiber in their diet and, you know, they're my regular. Sorry, this might be just as silly as the last one. I'm going to try not to. But I've got some quick announcements and then for my Mad Pack. And then I want to talk about peripheral neuropathy, kind of a serious topic that I'm dealing with. And I want to talk about how it affects my life and what my plan is to deal with it. So if you're new here, you're just dropping in. I don't know if you did a search on neuropathy or whatever, however you found this channel, just a big warm welcome. Okay. That's what we do around here. This is a very supportive community that you've just found. The Mad Pack is really good at like supporting each other and you, if you're new here and if you're suffering from peripheral neuropathy like me, just an idea. If you want to, leave a comment on this video and let us know what's going on, because that's, you know, it's not just, this channel isn't just me sitting here blabbering, although that's kind of what it is. But behind the scenes, what's happening is people leave comments and people going through chemo or surgery or radiation or, you know, they leave comments and the Mad Pack goes to bat for those of us that are suffering and having a hard time. You know, life isn't always, you know, roses and rainbows, right? So yeah, that's why we're here. And I'm here just to provide some entertainment. And I'll never forget, there was a comment, this was a long time ago, maybe 6 months ago. Someone left a comment, Jim, I look forward to your videos all the time because they distract me from what I'm going through, you know? So yes, I'm silly. Yes, I don't act my age. I'm 63, by the way. I'm very immature for my age. All right. So just, you know, get used to it if you're new. All right. So, so anyway, I want to do some quick announcements and then I want to talk about peripheral neuropathy. Okay. And so if you're new here, and you're tuning in for the neuropathy part, just hang on. Let me get through these, through these announcements. All right. So I actually have some notes. I usually don't have notes. I usually just babble. All right. So, you guys, I have a new hat. I try to wear a different hat every video, right? And I rotate through them. Well, I was at the dealership yesterday. See, here I go telling stories right away. But I couldn't figure out how to open my fob. The truck on the display on the dash said your fob battery is low. I couldn't figure out how to open this thing. It's like rocket science. And I work in IT, you know. So I couldn't figure it out. So I go to the parts department. I'm like, I'm embarrassed to say this, but I can't figure out how to open this and change the battery. Can you help me? So the guy is like, oh my gosh. So I brought both of my fobs in. He ripped them apart, put new batteries in. But anyway, I had to get a new hat. So anyway, you guys, Mad Pack, we have a couple of new subscribers and it doesn't matter, you know, but it does, because I'm not trying to make money on here. You know, this is just a hobby. I do this just for fun because I do this instead of doing other things. And I'm going to talk about that next. I took down my previous video, so I'll talk about that. But so where was I? Oh, the fob, and then 2 new subscribers. So I try to do something special for the new subs because it just makes me feel good. It just makes me all warm inside when someone subscribes, even though the numbers don't matter. So most of you know I play horns, right? So marching baritone, flugelhorn, pocket trumpet. So the pocket trumpet is coming with me in the camper because I've got room for it. Well, and the baritone is coming with too because I need that low. Anyway, blah blah blah. Here I go, telling more stories. So anyway, I play horns. Well, and tuba over here too. Does anybody need a tuba? I need to get rid of this. So let me know. I'll ship it to you. No, that would be expensive. Come over here and pick it up. But I don't need my tuba anymore. I play horns, but brass are not the only horns I play. Subscriber number 1, welcome. Okay. Subscriber number 2, and you know who you are. All right. I'm just saying. My neighbors can hear those. Those are getting mounted on the truck because if somebody cuts me off and I'm pulling my camper going on the road full time in a couple of years, when I retire, towing, I can't stop on a dime. Somebody cuts me off, they're gonna know it. They're gonna know about it, right? So yeah, those are going on top of the truck. But so if you're new here, you'll get used to this. All right, just bear with me. Let's see. Oh, that last video, you guys, where I was talking about, let's talk about our relationship. I feel like it's going down a slippery slope into unhealthy territory, and I was trying to be funny and sarcastic because I would much rather sit here and do a YouTube video for you guys rather than do stuff I should be doing. Do you think there's some things I should be doing? So, that's the point I was trying to make. But I was watching that one too, and it just came across just kind of really weird, and I don't know, I just didn't feel good about it. So I took it down, I made it unlisted, but in that video, I did a couple of funny things. I responded to your comments, some of your really good comments about my new bumblebee pets that are in my grill and how I built this little furniture for them. I got some really great comments from you guys from that bumblebee video, and so I responded in my last video, and I think most of you saw it probably before I took it down. Let me know. Should I redo that? I was thinking about doing another video just responding to your comments and just include the clip where, from the previous video. I don't know. Let me know if I should. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. All right. No pressure. I don't want to put any more pressure on you guys than you already have in your current life. Let's see. The previous video was way too silly. New hat, new subs, took down the old video. All right. So I think that's it for announcements. Okay. So yeah, welcome new subscribers. And what that tells me, and I've said it before, sorry, MadPack, if I'm repeating myself, but it just tells me that you're like connecting here on some level. I don't know, I don't know what that is. If it's because I'm a cancer survivor, stage 1 pancreatic cancer. If you're just dropping in, sorry, MadPack, but 9 months of chemo, 5 surgeries. The last one was a big one. That's where they took out half of my pancreas, right? And I've said it before, but the scene in Jaws when they're on the ship and they're like comparing scars, well, I could go on the boat and it's like, well, I've got 13 incisions from, 5 surgeries. But anyway, the shark, it bit me in half. You can see right here, it bit me in half. Well, sorry. Now let's talk about peripheral neuropathy, which means, and here's something new, you guys. I met with my primary doctor yesterday, all right? And she said, no, chemotherapy does not cause most of the nerve damage with peripheral neuropathy. She said diabetes causes most of the nerve damage. And I didn't say this to her, but I'm like, I kind of did a Scooby-Doo. It's like, really? Well, I had other doctors tell me that chemotherapy causes neuropathy, but it doesn't matter. But I thought that was interesting because, because I'm missing half of my pancreas, creates insulin, right? Keeps your blood glucose low. Because I'm missing that, I'm diabetic, so I have to do insulin shots. I've got the Novolog pen. I don't know if you guys are familiar. It's over there. But yeah, so if I see on my phone, because my that's a good shot of my bicep. Look at that. Sorry. Geez. My Dexcom G7, this is a transmitter and it's Bluetooth, so it goes to my phone. It's super cool. So if I see my glucose going up, I shoot some insulin. So I gotta keep my glucose low, right? So anyone suffering from diabetes, leave a comment if you want to. All right, let us know. I would be curious. Kind of a pain in the butt, just to be honest. Watching your carb intake. Anyway, peripheral neuropathy. My symptoms, my lingering effects are tingling in my fingers. All right. They don't hurt. They just tingle. And they are hypersensitive, which can be an advantage. When you're doing dishes, this is the international sign language for doing dishes, right? But I do dishes by hand, even though I've got a really nice Bosch dishwasher that I should be loading and running, but I do dishes by hand anyway. But because my fingers are hypersensitive, if I miss a little tiny speck of something on a dish, I can feel it. If I wanted to learn Braille, the bumps, vision impaired people, Braille, I would be really good at that. I would be able to feel all the bumps, right? Stuff like that. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm a human on the planet, right? In fact, I'm lucky to be a human on the planet. I'm just saying. So excuse me. I'm sorry for that. But just a normal bodily function, But okay, so that's my fingers just tingling, and not just kind of the ends of the fingers, not all the way up. Now my feet are a whole different story. My feet are numb and tingly, if that makes sense. And I've said it before in previous videos. It feels like I've got a couple of watermelons on the bottom of my legs, shuffling around, carrying these watermelons around. Well, it's normally not a problem. I just have to be careful going downstairs with a basket of laundry And because I can't feel my feet, I can lose my balance fairly easily, right? You know, I got to be careful. That type of thing. And well, I think in the previous video that I took down, I told you guys about the big storm we had here in Minnesota and how there was a big puddle of water in the middle of my queen size bed in the trailer, and I couldn't figure out how it got there, even though there was a window open. But I went in there and looked for water in the ceiling and all that. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. So you guys, I decided to go up on the roof and look at the roof of my camper to make sure there wasn't any damage after that storm. And so I've got this retractable ladder that I'm going to bring with me. And I have another ladder that's actually laying on the deck right now, but I'm going to mount that one permanently on the back of my camper, so I can, so I don't have to set up this extendable one. So anyway, I took that extendable ladder, because this other one isn't mounted yet. I took that extendable ladder and put it up against my trailer. And I knew ahead of time, you guys, all right, I can't feel my feet. I'm going to have to be really careful if I'm going to do this, right? So I'm mainly pulling myself up like this, with my upper body strength, the muscles in the upper body, it's like I got to, I have to get up there, right? So I'm pulling myself up, going really slow, and I'm thinking, you guys, if I'm seriously going to go on the road full time in my trailer, get rid of all my stuff, someday eventually get the solar panels up on the roof and all this Victron solar equipment, mounted under the bed or whatever. If I'm going to do this, I'm going to have to be really careful, and it's going to really limit with what I can do. Because when you've got a 30-foot trailer, there's stuff you got to do, like setting it up and tearing it down. And that was me, not you. Okay. My phone chimed. It's a physical thing you have to have. And I'm strong, but I can't feel my feet. My fingers aren't as big of a problem, although I can't type as fast as I used to. But you guys, I'm serious. For a split second, I thought, you know what? Maybe I can't do this. And then I'm like, no. Heck no. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go on the road full time. I'm going to do what I got to do, even if it means like shuffling around here and, but I'm just thinking, getting up on a ladder now, go up the ladder, now get on the roof, mounting my solar panels. I'm already a little bit unsteady. What could go wrong? I'm on top of the trailer. I'm 10 feet above the ground, right? 8, 9, maybe 9 feet. Right? It's got to get done. I can't afford to hire someone to come in and do it, So, and I'm going to have fun doing it. But so my plan is I'm going to mount that ladder, and it's going to be a lot easier. But anyway, so my point is, peripheral neuropathy for me, excuse me, it doesn't limit my life right now that much. Although today at work, I was working with a team, our tech team, and we did a lot of walking today. I do IT stuff in community corrections. So we were at the correctional facility here in Ramsey County, and we did a lot of walking and had a blast, actually talking to the COs, the correctional officers and stuff. But we were installing these. It doesn't matter. Did a lot of walking. So when this day was done today, yeah, my feet were like, okay, Jim, Jim, we're not real happy with what you did today, but it is what it is. I'm still on the planet. I'm not complaining. Okay? Just to make that perfectly clear. If this is all I really have to deal with the rest of my life, which I'm planning on, and I talked to my doctor yesterday, yesterday or today? Yesterday. I said, how do I mitigate, or is there anything I can do to make the symptoms better? And, well, she told me this a while ago, but you guys, magnesium is a supplement that I'm taking. A different doctor told me that a while ago. So I've been taking a magnesium supplement, and I can tell, you're, I don't know if you guys knew this. Fun fact. Those pill organizers that go from like Sunday to Saturday, if you have one of those, you're officially old. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. It's but I'm not kidding, like 10 or maybe 12 pills that I take every day. Now, sometimes, sometimes I forget like a day or two. And if I don't take my magnesium, I can tell the difference. All right. So if you are suffering from peripheral neuropathy, don't listen to me. I don't have a PhD, but talk to your doctor. Ask him or her about magnesium supplement, because I think it really does help. And I was talking to somebody today at work, and they were saying physical therapy would really help. Oh, his wife. If I can just take a time out just for a second, Steve and Corey, I don't know if you guys are watching, but and just for those of you that don't know, these are upper management, senior management that I haven't seen in a while. And these dudes gave me big dude hugs. All right. And Corey and Steve, thank you. Kind of needed that today. That was awesome. And there were some other staff that I haven't seen in a while, and they gave me hugs. So thanks, you guys. Angel and you guys, thank you very much if you're watching. But so where was I, you guys? I tend to be rambly. Oh, peripheral neuropathy. Yeah, if you're suffering with that, and if you did a search and found this channel, welcome. Big warm welcome, hugs, and all that to you guys. Leave a comment if you want to, if you're struggling with it. And better yet, if you have symptoms of peripheral neuropathy or have had, let us know what worked. Okay. Was there something that you did, or a supplement or a vitamin or something that you took that helped with your neuropathy? Let us know that too. That would be awesome. Like extra credit points for that. Okay. So, and if you're struggling, leave a comment too, if you want to. Big extra credit points for that. And what I typically do is, I can't believe I'm doing this all in one take without any editing. And if you're new, get used to the incomplete sentences. I'm just a little bit boopy-doop. I'm a little bit ADD. All right. So I've got 2 sentences in line waiting to go. So, what was I saying, you guys? If there's something that works for your neuropathy, let us know. If you leave a comment, if you're struggling or whatever, if you're suffering at all, I'm sorry, but we're here to support you. Leave a comment and I will put it out on posts. Okay. And if you're new, click on posts and just go through and read, what people are dealing with, cancer treatment, just all kinds of stuff. And that's why this channel started, with my pancreatic cancer diagnosis in February. So I'm not good at math. It's August. So you do it. How many months ago or whatever. So anyway, yeah, you guys, if you're new, warm welcome. If you're old, big welcome back. Mad Pack. Did you get that? Did you see what I did there? All right. I should go and do something productive, even though this has value. I hope this had value for you guys. All right. So, all right. I'm going to use my Australian accent every video because I just decided I don't need a different accent. I'm just going to, I'm going to close the videos out with Australian, whether you like it or not. All right. So I got to go. All right. Thanks. Thanks, you guys. Bye. Have a great day. All right. Bye.
Science!